Mortal Kombat X is the latest installment in one of the most famous fighting games of all time. Taking place after the events of MK9, Mortal Kombat X tells the story of Shinnok, a fallen elder god on a mission to seize control of the realms for himself. Shinnok is not alone in his journey. The dark sorcerer Quan Chi has amassed an army of all your undead friends who have fallen in combat from MK9.
Scorpion wins. Fatality.
A generation has passed since the last game, bringing an all-new cast of characters into the game. The most notable of all of them is Cassie Cage. Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade have finally stopped flirting with each other and given us a new character.
Cassie wins. Fatality.
Other new characters include Takeda, Jackie, and Kung Jin. For a game that has such a strong palette of characters, Mortal Kombat X has a story mode that is incredibly short. The story mode presents little to no challenge and can even be finished in one sitting. I had higher expectations for the story considering that MK9 was much longer and had matches involving unfair odds. Now, a game like Mortal Kombat is not all about single-player story experiences. It's more about an online and couch competitive experience. So why is it that on day one of the game's release, it had network problems? I was very excited to get back into the competitive experience of Mortal Kombat. Although this was fixed later on, companies need to be penalized for this sort of thing. If I pay $60 for a game on day one, then the game should be finished and ready to go on day one. The new character variation system allows players to choose between 3 different styles of a single character. Each one is unique in its own way and requires its own strategy. So the bigger question is, how does this impact the game? And the answer is, none whatsoever. Even though the Mortal Kombat community is given a large variety of choices, players will still gravitate to the same handful of choices. If anything, this feature has impacted the game negatively. An overwhelming amount of choices can be a turnoff for someone who has never played a fighting game before.
Jason wins. Fatality.
Mortal Kombat X does show that it has learned from its previous mistakes from Injustice and MK9 and demonstrates improvement. Mortal Kombat X is the most technical fighting game made in many years. In order to become better and better at this game, it takes more than just remembering all the moves, but remembering the strategies and weaknesses of every character. Characters like Kung Jin are combo heavy, allowing them to do massive damage without giving your opponent the opportunity to fight back once they are caught in your web. The weakness of this is that these characters work at a close range and don't always do well from a distance. Other characters like Takeda are more focused on special attacks and have the ability to attack their opponents from all different points of view. Their weakness is that these characters can become predictable very quickly, and they must waste no time in defeating their opponents.
Takeda wins.
Mortal Kombat X has brought back the level interactions from Injustice Gods Among Us. Every area has them, in some way, shape, or form. The big change is that they have greatly reduced the damage that level interactions do. In Injustice, a player could win a match simply with the knowledge of where all the level interactions are located. Now, the level interactions are only there for the occasional help, and not a game changer.
Round 2. Fight.
Mortal Kombat X is one of the biggest fighting game releases to come about in years. While it has its faults, like many before it, there is no mistake that Mortal Kombat X can provide hundreds of hours of enjoyment with friends and family, or complete strangers. For more reviews like this one, check out PlatinumTrophyReview.org.